Hello, I'm Bart Basie. I'm a CPA and attorney, hold a doctorate in accounting and business economics from Indiana University. And with that, and about $4, you can buy yourself a cup of coffee. You'll also notice on the screen in the first slide there that we're going to talk today about estate and business succession planning. You might say, well, Bart, why are we doing this? We're wanting to file tax returns. This is important because not just filing a tax return for a client, you should know about that client. You should know what that client's, how that client's going forward, whether the client has done any estate, has done any succession planning if they've got a business, for example, and what the family situation is. I mean, it's amazing how many times that I and my firm have gotten involved with an individual or with a family on one particular matter, and then all of a sudden you find out, well, gee, Bart, I don't have this, I don't have that. Just recently we helped a business. We were called in and helped the business determine what they were worth. Three brothers owned the company. And then all of a sudden, one brother says, Bart, this affects my estate, doesn't it? I said, well, yes, it does. And he said, well, gee, I don't have a will. And then all of a sudden, we got into estate planning. So this is what is called an added value to your clients. If they know that you're not just going to ask them a series of questions, you're not just going to gather information from them, put it in a file for the tax return, but you and I both know how much we know about that client. We know how they make their money. We know how they spend their money. We know what their expenses are. We know what their investment is because if they've got dividend income, if they've got interest income, if they've lost money in the stock market, if they've buy and sell antiques, if they go to dog tracks and try and lose gambling money and want to take deductions, you'd be surprised how much you and I know about our clients. It's a lot more than anyone is willing to acknowledge. And because of our knowledge of our clients, we are in a prime position to give them and help them with some estate and succession planning. And you should take that opportunity. We're not investment advisors. I will never tell someone how to invest their money. I will never tell them what to do as far as investment strategies are concerned. I'm not registered. You're not registered. But we can talk to our clients about whether they've got an estate, what the documents are that they need, whether they should have some succession planning in a little business that they've got or their family owns or that they operate in, or if they're an employee, how they should handle it. So that's the purpose of this program. As a matter of fact, if you look at slide number 2, you're going to very clearly see I've identified some of the value-added services you can provide to your clients by understanding this, okay? And it also includes retirement stuff, what we call 529, all right? Gift tax returns that you're going to file. Especially, you'd be surprised how many times when you ask your client certain questions, it'll come up that, oh, wow, well, I've given this away to this person, or I've transferred that, or I want to do this, and they've not filed a gift tax return. Even if taxes are not due, that doesn't mean a gift tax return is not required to be filed. And that can obviously lead to more business for you and for me, okay? And we talk about client retention. We want to keep clients. We don't want them to come in one time and that's it, they're gone. I don't like clients who come in to me and say, help me file their tax return, and then I don't see them for another year. And then I find out when they come back in the following year, all that's happened during the year. And I said, well, why didn't you call me? They said, well, I didn't know you did that work. You'd be surprised how many people contact me or speeches I give around the country. And I'm available to give speeches and presentations and workshops all over the country for businesses, for clients, for accountants, and so forth. But it's amazing. People will say, well, I didn't know you did that. If we don't explain that to people, you'll lose it. So client retention, loss of actual business, okay? So please keep this in mind as we go through this program.